Hey guys, what's going on? If you're new here, welcome. My name is BrittanyNichole, and today I wanted to do a good old full face of nothing new, mostly drugstore style, grabbing a lot of products I haven't played with for a while. I have a tendency to buy new products, get really stuck on them, and then forget about old favorites. Do you have that problem too? Let me know down below. I feel like it's kind of a trend on YouTube. One, because there's constantly new products being launched, and two, because you want to stay relevant as a YouTuber, so you have to jump on the new products coming out, which is honestly such a bummer. I think about that all the time and how as a small YouTuber, it's very, very hard to get noticed because lots of the bigger channels get products sent to them beforehand. So it's challenging to keep up and continue to, like buy products with expedited shipping to try to get a video out there to get noticed. But I'm ranting on that. What I'm getting at is, don't forget about your old favorites. I think doing videos like this reminds you to play with your old products, and it reminds me of some of my old favorites, and then I bring them back out to kind of the front of my stash and I can play with them again. So that's what we're doing today. If you're new to my channel, I film all my videos in natural light, so I have 3 windows in front of me. That's it. There is no studio lighting on, and I do that because I want you to see what the makeup would look like if you saw me walking around on the streets. Soft boxes and studio lighting is beautiful. It's great. You can control the lighting, like I say in every video, but it really does soften the makeup, and a lot of times you can barely even see what it looks like on camera. So I'm about a foot maybe away from my camera, so you guys are very, very up close, and again, we're in natural light. So with all that said, if you are interested in seeing a full face of nothing new, mostly drugstore, go ahead and keep watching. So I just finished my skincare and I used my Embryo Lease moisturizer today, and when I do that, I don't go in with a primer. So this is just my skincare, and I'm going to jump right into foundation. I'm using the Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation in MW2. I have self-tan on right now. I'll leave that information down below if you're interested, but I know this is discontinued. It is one of my absolute favorite foundations. It breaks my heart. I need to put a mirror in front of me. Like I was saying, it breaks my heart that they no longer have this foundation, but I think if most of you have been with me for a while and you've, purchased recommendations, you probably have this. If you find this at a store, because sometimes I still see them at CVS's around Chicago, CVS's at CVS, whatever, I would pick it up. It's such a beautiful foundation. I don't know why they would discontinue it because I know it's such a hot seller, but when I have a tan on, I feel like I barely need any foundation whatsoever, and this has a really nice, natural, dewy finish. You guys know how much I love that. I just filmed a video on the ColourPop hydrating hyaluronic hydrating foundation. I love that too, but that shade is way too light when I have tan on. So I mean, I just talked through blending that out, and that's pretty much all I need. It's just so beautiful. I have I think one more backup, which is really sad. So if I see them around, I'm definitely gonna purchase them. If I can find them online, I'll link it down below. But just grab one of your favorite foundations and you can kind of go along with me in this video. That's always what I think when I'm filming these videos. I imagine you guys, having your phone up or your iPad or whatever you've got going on and just kind of getting ready with me when I do these videos. That noise is Theo. He has been making the funkiest noises lately. That is all I'm gonna use for foundation. You guys saw how much I used. I never go in heavy-handed with my foundation. I just don't like it. I don't like how it looks. I don't like how it feels. But I feel like when I have self-tan on, I can even go in with less foundation. So let's move on to concealer. A concealer I have not used in quite a while. This is the Pat McGrath concealer. I have the shade LM11 right now. This is such a beautiful concealer, and I just happened to, this might be a little bit dark. I might need to go in with LM9 as well, but let's see. You guys know I don't use a ton of concealer, and it tends to blend out pretty nicely. When it looks dark when it's going on, it kind of blends out perfectly. I don't know how that works, but anyway, like I was saying, I happened to just kind of fall in love with the e.l.f. concealer as well, and I think a lot of you kind of like my channel because I talk about drugstore products. So this one kind of just got pushed to the back of my little makeup drawer, but oh my gosh, it is just one of the most beautiful formulas. It blends out so easily, so nicely. It's a little less hydrating than something like the e.l.f. hydrating camo concealer that I was just talking about, but it really is a beautiful formula. A little bit goes a long way. You do not need a ton of concealer with this one at all. I don't think you need a ton of concealer ever, to be honest, contrary to what most YouTubers do on here. You just need a tiny bit to cover, you know, any darkness and discoloration, and that's it. Like I said, I want you guys to see what I look like if you saw me walking around on the streets. And in all honesty, if I took this and did a giant triangle on me, that would look so heavy. Within a few minutes, it would look bad. So if you're ever wondering, like, why does my concealer look so heavy, try to minimize that. Or, you know, if you take your foundation way too high up and then pile concealer over it, that tends to look really heavy as well. So you'll notice I don't bring my foundation anywhere past where I'm gonna apply my concealer when I blend it out for that reason. I totally forgot I did my brows off camera when I went in and did my base, but they held up pretty nicely. So I'll leave all my brow products down below. But next I'm gonna go in with a palette that I haven't used in a very long time, because again, it is kind of hard to find, but just grab a palette that you haven't used for a while if you're getting ready along with me today. So this is the Becca Chloe Malika palette. I love this so much. It's one of my favorite palettes, and again, I just stopped using it because it's hard to find and it got pushed to the back of my collection. But I'm gonna go in with the bronzers, the blush, and the highlight today because it's been a while. So I'm gonna grab my Wet n Wild brush and I'm just gonna kind of add a little bit of bronzer. I do not need a lot, obviously, because I have self-tan on, and I mean, I wanna look bronze and nice, but I don't want to look too overdone. The amount of glow this gives me is perfect. It blends super nicely. I wish they would make this permanent. I'm sure they have something, you know, comparable, but it is just one of my favorite products, and I haven't used it for a very long time. I think I'm gonna do a little faux freckle situation today too, so I'm actually gonna kind of prep this area for that. I haven't gone in with powders for such a long time. Speaking of that, I purchased the Kylie Kendall, which you guys know I don't really use Kylie Cosmetics. I don't know. It's not that I don't like it. I just like to see things in person before I buy it. And a lot of that stuff like launches online. I know they have some stuff in Ulta, I think, right? Or is that just Kim? Somebody let me know down below, but I purchased their bronze, like the bronzer highlight blush in that collection, and that's coming today. I'm very excited, but it feels weird using powders on my face because I just don't do it anymore. This is like so different for me. Another reason I wanted to do as I switch over to the blush in the palette with this Japanesque brush, this is a Japanesque 722. I wanted to do a video like this because there is just so much going on in the YouTube beauty community. I mean, when is there not? It's like constantly happening, and it is very discouraging to, you know, post videos and think of content when this kind of stuff is going on. I feel like there's always drama, and I know we're humans and humans like thrive off of things like drama, but I don't know, man, it is hard to see people's like lives being wrecked. I don't want to insert myself in drama at all, so I'm going to literally talk about this for 2 seconds, but if you don't see me posting, it's because obviously there is a ton going on in the world right now that's like enough to deal with, and then this stuff happens. So I don't know, it just becomes very discouraging to want to put content out there and be part of a community that you see like falling apart sometimes. So if you see me, you know, struggling to post, that's why. And that's kind of why I wanted to post a video like this today, because I just wanted to be about makeup. I miss so much the old YouTube that was literally just about, I'm going into the highlight in the palette obviously now, but the old YouTube that was just about loving makeup and sharing your favorite makeup and genuinely wanting to help people. I originally started my channel in 2008 and then stopped because I just wanted to share my knowledge. That's when I was like actually doing makeup professionally, bridal makeup. And, you know, I was in school at the same time too, and I just couldn't handle all of it. But I miss that YouTube. I miss the YouTube that wasn't about constantly making money. And, you know, and I know not all, like there are a ton of amazing YouTubers out there who, you know, are still in it for the love of makeup. but it's also a business for people. And when that gets involved, things, you know, it changes. It just kind of changes things. And I miss the old YouTube. That's all I'm gonna say on that. All right, so that is the base all done. I just wanna show you guys before I go ahead and set it with a setting spray I haven't talked about for a while, but this is my favorite setting spray in the world. It's the Scandinavia Makeup Finishing Spray. I always forget about this because I keep it separate from my like everyday makeup because it's in this big bottle, but you can buy a smaller bottle. This will make your makeup last all day long, all night long. If you sleep in it, this will make your makeup stay. It is amazing. This is what I used to use on my brides. It genuinely is one of those setting sprays that does something. I think a lot of setting sprays just kind of take the powdery finish away, which is great, but this really makes your makeup stay. So I'm gonna give myself just like an X and a T. I'm not gonna go overboard. That's really all you need when it comes to setting spray. You don't need to like we do on YouTube. Again, part of that, sometimes I'm like, are people doing that so they use more product and buy more product? And then other people, it's like monkey see, monkey do. I do it all the time and I'm like, why am I doing that? I don't need to do that. I don't know. And again, I'm not trying to discount the business aspect of YouTube. I love that. I would love to make this my full-time job, but just again, keep things like that in mind. So I'm gonna move on to the eyes now. I'm grabbing the Alter Ego eyeshadow primer and I'm gonna pop a little bit of that on and then just use my finger to blend that out. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with the Milani Most Wanted eyeshadow palette. Really, really pretty eyeshadow palette. I'm gonna keep this real short and sweet here. I'm just gonna take the kind of skin tone for me color and I'm just gonna wipe that all over the lid so I have a nice base to blend on top of. I always like doing that after using an eyeshadow primer with just a tiny bit of powder or eyeshadow because I think they just blend better, but if you like going right on top of an eyeshadow base, you could definitely do that as well. So that is it. And then I'm gonna pop into the next shade over here and I'm gonna use that to start to kind of work out the halo eye. Or map out, not work out. Some of the words I use sometimes, I'm like, Brittany, where do you even get that word? So I'm grabbing that. And keep in mind, again, I do have hooded eyes, so I have a certain technique that works for me with my hooded eyes. I have deep set hooded eyes, which is even more challenging when you're working with eyeshadow, which is a very big reason I don't, again, use eyeshadow all that much. But I think the key, and I have lots of videos on this with eyeshadow and hooded eyes, is just making sure you use a light hand and you blend and, you know, you don't follow the typical techniques. If you have eyes like mine, I find, again, there's no like rule to makeup, so you could do whatever works for you, but I'm going to lightly take that into the crease area later. But I mainly, when I'm doing a halo eye, which I think is most flattering on my eyes, I'm gonna mainly just kind of keep that color here on the lid and just ever so lightly take that into the crease area because I just think that's most flattering. This is a Morphe M507 brush, which is real nice and tiny. Sigma has a bunch of these tiny brushes as well. I just happened to grab this. I like this for kind of mapping out the halo eye as well because it's real nice and tiny, so I can really kind of control where I'm putting that product. And this eye always looks better than my other eye because it's just a better shape. I think we all kind of have, you know, a favorite eye, and this is my favorite eye, which is why I always show this on camera. I'm just gonna grab a Real Techniques blending brush. This has no color on it. And I'm gonna blend those edges. When you are working with hooded eyes, holding a mirror, I have a hand mirror right here. I got this as a gift, you guys. I don't know where it's from. It's a Beauty and the Beast mirror, but I hold it down and I look down like this so I can really fully see my lid. And a lot of people like to bring, you know, their mirror straight and look into it like that to make sure you could still see the color when you're looking straight when you have hooded eyes. But I just find that I don't like when I bring the color onto my hood area. It isn't as flattering in my opinion for me. So this is what I do, but you know, just practice different colors, try different techniques, see what you like best. See, this is when I kind of start to bring whatever I pick up on this clean brush over into the like crease or orbital bone area. Same shade. I'm just gonna look up into my mirror now and take that all the way under the eye, and we'll work on blending that outer corner in a minute. And then I always just kind of, once I have my pencil brush that I use under the eyes, I always take that and just kind of press some more product right into this area right here. I have a double layer, like double stacked lashes, so sometimes it's really hard to get liner in there and eyeshadow in there because the lashes kind of block it. So I'm gonna leave that like that. We'll blend it some more in a minute, but I'm gonna take the goldish shade in the palette on my finger, and I'm gonna lay that right in the center. If you have blue eyes like I do, this is really gonna make your eyes pop too, because obviously you guys know color theory probably, and blue and orange are opposites, so it's really gonna make them pop. Switching over to a little e.l.f. smudge brush to kind of blend it over as well. I like to kind of use my finger at first since there's like oils on my finger and it helps it stick, but then to really kind of pack the color on, I'll spray my brush sometimes. I haven't yet, but I'm just gonna kind of pack it on. And I'm not going for like a really, really impactful, like in your face kind of look. I'm just kind of going for a really nice and blended but pretty halo eye. I'm gonna grab just a little bit of the bronzer from the Becca palette on this Alter Ego #1 brush, and I'm just gonna take that right into the like little fake crease area I'm creating to just kind of build out that shape a little bit more. Very lightly. I'm holding low on the brush ferrule, so I have very, very like a loose grip, so I'm not like jamming the color on. I'm just lightly blending, not on the area where I've put down the orange because I don't want to remove that. I just want to add a little bit to kind of fix the shape here. And then to just blend this outer, corner area, I'm just taking a pencil brush. This is an Alter Ego #7. And I'm just kind of feathering those edges out. And then I'm going to blend under the eye as well. All right, so that is it for the eyes. I'm gonna pop off here and I'm going to apply a little bit of my Maybelline Snapscara. You guys know how much I love this. I've just been really into my Thrive Cosmetics. They're both tubing mascaras, so I love them both, but I haven't played with this for a while, so I'm gonna do this. If I need to pop on lashes, like if it doesn't look balanced, I'll pop on some of my Ardell Naked Lashes. The 424s are my favorite, but we'll see when I get that on. We'll pop a lip on and we'll be done with this look, so I will be right back here. I finished up the eyes off camera. I love how this looks so much. I obviously didn't go in with any kind of falsies because I'm honestly not in the mood, and I think I'd end up taking them off in like 3 hours anyway. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up these lips. I haven't used this for forever. This is the Revlon Peach Me. I loved this so much and I just forgot about it. So we're gonna give this a try. No lip liner, I'm not in the mood for that today. And then I'm gonna top it off with the L'Oreal Glowing Lip Gloss in Shall We Dance. I love these so much and I just kind of forgot about them, so they went to the back of my drawer. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply these. That's a little less peachy than I'd like. It's a little more pinky. I really want a true peachy, but not like orange kind of lip color. If you guys have any recommendations, let me know down below. I mean, this will do, but it's just a little more pink than I'd like ideally. But I did want to mention I went in with my Essence Extreme Lasting Waterproof liner in Silky Nude on my lower waterline. I haven't used this for a while, and this is very, very bright. If you want a brightening lower lash line eyeliner, this is the way to go. It's super cheap too. And then on the upper waterline, I went in with the LA Girl Glide Gel Liner in Very Black. And this is very black and goes on very easy on the upper lash line. So, or waterline, not lash line, waterline. I always call it a lash line. But anyway, you guys, that is it for this one. I think it's so pretty. It's so lightweight. It's so comfortable and it's cute. It makes a statement, but it's not like overly crazy. So let me get up close so you guys can see everything even closer. Like I said, this is my struggle eye, so this eye always looks a little bit better, but how pretty is this? Once again, natural light, you guys. There's no artificial lighting whatsoever. So yeah, that is it for this one. I'm gonna slowly back myself up. I know I went on a little bit of a rant about like what's going on in the YouTube community. I don't know, I hate the cancel culture thing. I really don't like that. It makes me feel really, really bad for people. And I hate that there's an overall, like, just kind of stigma about the beauty community that just not everybody is bad. And I don't know, there's a lot of thoughts going up here that is hard to kind of express, but if you guys are wondering if I don't post for a while, I'm just kind of trying to deal with everything going on. And as always, I welcome every conversation in the comments below. So if you guys have any questions, please let me know down below. Otherwise, if you're interested in seeing any more videos from me in natural light, we keep things very, very real over here. Go ahead and subscribe. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye. Oh, and yeah, I obviously completely forgot to do those faux freckles I was gonna do, but you know, life goes on. Do these sunglasses not make me look immediately bitchy when I put them on? Bitchy. Not bitchy. Bitchy. With all of that said, so with all that is said, why am I saying that?